well.
So once again, we're going to handle the fact that it's species now and not races. For you guys that are upset about this, I mean, go touch grass or something. Like,
yeah, straight up.
it's not a big deal. If you've played like any other games, like every game uses a different fucking word. It doesn't have to be race. It's not a holdover we really need in D&D. I don't care what they call them. They could just call them people types, and I'd still be like, oh, whatever.
First of 3 species. So we've seen the Ardling and the Dragonborn before, so we're gonna see what changes between these two. Wait, what has changed? Well, we're reviewing the 1 D&D Unearthed Arcana. So we did a review of the first one. I don't did we do expert classes? Was that our first one that we did?
Yeah, we missed the first one, but we did the second one.
I think you and I went over the first one together.
Yeah. Oh, it was like a shorter, I think, half-assed stream, and then we brought Adam in and did an actual, like, it was like 4.5 hours for the second one or something.
Yeah. Ardling, I'm gonna follow your suit and skip the fucking the fluff and the lore.
They wrote that for you.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, writers at Wizards. But nobody has that kind of time. So creature type is still humanoid. Size is the same. Speed 30 feet. Lifespan has changed from 80 years on average to 200 years on average for that little bit of flavor there.
All right. I mean, they are like blessed animal people from another place, so that makes sense.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm not looking at the Ardlings. I was looking at the human stuff there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So humanoid. Yeah, that stayed the same. 30 feet, 200. So that all did stay the same.
Oh, okay.
As an Ardling, you have special traits in the old one. Angelic Flight, Celestial Legacy. So, okay, they really changed this then.
Okay.
So now we have the animal ancestry. You are descended from a celestial animal. Choose one of the ancestry types below, then choose one of the example animals listed for that ancestry, or a similar animal. You gain the benefits of that ancestry, and your head resembles the head of the chosen animal. So we have the climber, bear, cat, lizard, or squirrel. You have hooked claws, sharp nails, or a serpentine tail. As a result, you have a climb speed equal to your speed, and once per turn, when you deal damage with your unarmed strike to a target, you can increase the damage to that target by an amount equal to your proficiency bonus.
All right.
Once per turn? Wow.
This is fucking Build-A-Furry, dude.
Yeah.
This is Build-A-Furry, yeah.
They're like Egyptian style with just the head, although I'd probably let players like flavor their whole body if they wanted.
Oh, yeah.
They really, they completely changed the Ardling, like how that ancestry works now.
Yeah.
Because before it was like, you got like the flight or the celestial legacy or damage resistance.
Now it's just categories of the benefits.
Exalted, heavenly, idyllic. Okay. Yeah, like, holy shit. And I like that. That climber, that first one, I definitely like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Flyer, bat, eagle, owl, raven. You have vestigial wings. As a result, when you fall at least 10 feet, you can use your reaction to safely glide downward, taking no damage from the fall. In addition, when you take the jump action, you can flap your wings to gain advantage on that action's ability check.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very flavorful, very cool.
That's
eagle, owl, raven.
Just like little wings that can, like, you can't really fly with them. You get like the flying ability of, like, if you remember, anyone remembers the Gargoyles cartoon, like that's basically what you have.
Yeah. No, that's really cool.
Bjorn, they changed race to species.
Yeah.
Words.
Words. Yeah. Racer, deer, dog, horse, triceratops.
Nice.
When you take the dash action,
yes.
When you take the dash action, your speed increases for that action. This increases equal 10 times your proficiency bonus. So if you are a racer Ardling at level 1, you have a speed of 50.
Yeah, you take levels of rogue and fighter so that you can action surge and then dash several times. You could, like, run through time.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're Barry Allen.
Wow.
Jesus.
Do not stick your dick in the timeline. Things are getting weird over here.
I want to play a fucking Triceratops just sprinting around. Let's go.
An animal campaign, just all Ardlings
All
all the
Ardlings.
time, just different fucking. Oh my god.
Our Ardlings are
Uh,
shifters from Eberron.
Yeah. Swimmer, crocodile, dolphin, frog, shark. You can hold your breath for up to an hour at a time, and you have a swim speed equal to your speed. In addition, you have resistance to cold damage.
Okay,
I like it.
that's cool. This one seems a little more situational.
I'm
They
glad
don't have
they,
anything.
I'm glad they gave the resistance because like the breath and swim speed is it's not always
Yeah.
going to be used.
Yeah, the resistance is nice, but like compared to the other ones, I feel like it needs a little more
Bro,
something, you
wait.
know?
Are you telling me that in a campaign in the future, I'm going to be able to make King Shark? Can we just use
Yeah.
Ardlings right now? Because fucking, I want to make King Shark. That's fucking dope.
I have so many ideas for Ardlings. I really like this. I like
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is really
like
cool.
generic furry race. Go.
Yeah,
Let's get shit.
100%. And like I said, everything's really flavorful and like would make you feel like you're playing a cat or an eagle or a dog. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm a dog man who can sprint around super fast. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Okay.
to plug. I'm gonna have to plug the Ardling in because I think we'll actually like play test with this. Because just as a race, it can be used in our campaigns already. So I think we might play with that. That's fucking awesome.
pretty cool.
Divine magic. You can innately channel minor divine magic. You know the thaumaturgy spell? Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace that spell with a different cantrip from the divine spell list. Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma is your spellcasting ability for any spell you cast with this trait. Choose the ability when you select the species.
Nice.
And you have proficiency in perceptions, which is pretty cool.
Sweet.
So yeah, you just get a divine cantrip. That's
Yeah.
dope.
It's interesting that they specify thaumaturgy at first and then they're like, oh, you can replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like every day.
yeah.
Dragonborn. Let's see what changed with the Dragonborn here.
It's pretty crazy that whenever you finish a long rest, you can just switch that
Yeah.
cantrip
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you,
One day you could have an Eldritch Blast, the next day you could have a fucking create bonfire, just fucking
Right.
go nutty with it. Hell yeah.
Well, I don't remember
Well-
what's on the divine list, but it does have to be divine, it said.
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
So it's a big change. Before we get into the Dragonborn, it's a big change from the old Ardling. The old Ardling had one of 3 different legacies to choose from for a Celestial Legacy. And then they had Angelic Flight as their special trait and Radiant Damage Resistance.
So they were focused more on the holy thing and less on being like aminal people?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I like
Um,
this separates them a little bit more from the Asmar this way. I like this better.
They also lose, before with the Celestial Legacies, they were getting spells at 1st, 3rd, and 5th level, whereas now they just get as many cantrips, or the one cantrip,
Yeah.
but every cantrip. Which I like better.
I like everything about this much better than their first go at it, yeah.
Good job, guys. I guess, okay, in the 60s, I could see where you almost hit the mark there, and now I'd put this, I'll vote for this in the 80s.
Yeah.
This is something we're actually going to use. I'm actually jazzed to use this. I can already see characters fucking getting themselves killed just so that they can make a fucking party of furries to fight Strahd with. Which is my nightmare, and I love it.
Nice.
We're that close to Muppets. That close.
On to the Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn, once again, nothing changed about like the humanoid size, anything like that. All of that's the same.
Which is dumb because there's one thing the community has wanted for Dragonborn. Wizards. One thing. Tails.
Tails.
Where the fuck's my tails, Jeremy?
That's all people have only have had to homebrew the entire time that Dragonborn have tails. Every table I know of says Dragonborn have tails. All the official sources mention nothing about tails or even say they don't have tails. Come on.
Draconic ancestry has not changed.
Oh, also, one other thing is their lifespan, I still think is dumb. They're dragon people. They only live 80 years. No.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just like with the turtles, I will let them live for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, that one doesn't. That one mystifies me as well. Tortoise people, they should live for hundreds of years easy.
Yeah, there's no way they live the span of a human.
Yeah.
It's not a child's pet. It's an actual living thing. It's out in the wild. So, Draconic Ancestry. Yeah, Draconic Ancestry didn't change.
Yeah, you get color coded and you get your damage type as a result.
Breath Weapon. So, old Breath Weapon was, as an action, you exhale destructive energy in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw against a DC equal to 8 plus your constitution modifier, plus your proficiency bonus. On a failed save, a creature takes 1d10 plus your character level and damage of the type chosen by your ancestry. On a successful save, creature takes half. You can use your breath weapon a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. And it looks like the breath weapon hasn't changed that much either.
Well, now it's a 15-foot cone or 30-foot line.
And like attack action instead of just calling it an action.
No. When you take the attack action, you're going to replace one of your attacks with it.
Oh.
So if you're a fighter with a bunch of attacks, you can just replace one of your attacks with a breath weapon. Or you could breath weapon a whole shit ton of times and then just like use them all up.
Holy shit.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I saw was 15 foot. It's like, oh, they left it the same. No, holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty good, especially if you're like a martial where you're actually getting like into this or something with extra attacks. You can use it a bunch of times all at once. Just like blanket an area.
Dragonborn monk? Or fighter?
Oh my god, that's gross. Fighter would be the one you get the most out of it, yeah.
Resistance stayed the same. Dark vision stayed the same. They got rid of language, draconic language. Yeah, they got rid of draconic language, which was you instinctively know the language of the dragons. You can therefore speak, read, and write draconic. Instead, we have draconic flight. When you reach 5th level, you learn how to channel the magical energy of your draconic ancestry to give yourself temporary flight. As a bonus action, you sprout spectral wings on your back that last for 10 minutes or until you are incapacitated, or you retract the wings as a bonus action. During that time, you have a fly speed equal to your speed. Your wings appear to be made of the energy used by your breath weapon. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
I would like to say I like the fact that they have dark vision now.
Yeah.
It didn't make much sense to me, considering dragons are known for like their dragon sight, like their true sight and everything. The fact that Dragonborn had no vision bonuses. Oh no, yes they did. It was in the Drakenblood Dragonborn. Oh, okay, so it was specific Dragonborn that had it.
Yeah, now it's just like every Dragonborn gets it.
Yeah, it's every Dragonborn.
Okay, I dig the changes. I didn't understand why they really specified language. I mean, you pick the languages that you want. If you want to know Draconic, you know Draconic.
Yeah.
That flying ability is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like the changes. I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid.
The wings appear to be made of the energy used by your breath weapon. So, like, your blue Dragonborn gets lightning wings at level 5.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. It's a little weird that like they just came out with the book that gave you things like Gem Dragonborn and stuff, and then they're not going to have that in like the next edition. But
well, that's the thing, because again, now we're getting on the topic, because Jeremy Crawford keeps talking about being able to interchange the two and backwards compatibility and all this shit, and he needs to stop saying it. Yeah, because I agree in some cases, yes, like these races, or species, sorry, these species I can take and use in my old games, not a problem. But I can't use the new cleric with the old cleric subclasses, because the old cleric subclasses proc off at a different level, so that's not backwards compatible.
It's no, so many things are not backwards compatible whatsoever. Yeah, the races we're seeing are good. They're okay. They can be used as long as you're using the from Tosh's and up rules, because you don't have stat bonuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
which is the assumption with these.
yeah. But yeah, like everything else is not backwards compatible, Jeremy. It's just no. Just no.
And like the feeling is that they're like just one day they're going to come out and be like, so we said it was backwards compatible, but it's not. Sorry.
Yeah, they were trying to say that because like there's never been so many people playing in D&D before. That's bigger than ever. But the thing is that means that these people haven't gone through an edition change. Like I'm still seeing people online saying like they're changing the edition already, and I'm like 5E's been one of the longest lasting editions of D&D. What are you talking about? But I get it. You've never experienced an edition change before, so this feels like a thing for you. But by the time they switch it in 2024, 5E will have been around for a decade. That's long for an edition. 3.0 was around for 2 years before 3.5 came out, and that was only around for almost 3.
The Goliath, like, I'm not even going to look at the old one because they've drastically changed.
It is so very different by the looks of this.
Yeah. Humanoid and medium is the same. Speed has increased to 35 from 30 feet from the old one. I'm just gonna ignore lifespans because I don't know what the fuck they're on, but
they want to give everything a human lifespan.
Everything dies with humans. Nobody's allowed to outlive each other anymore.
Yeah.
As a Goliath, you have the following special traits: Giant Ancestry. You're descended from giants. Choose one of the following benefits. A supernatural boon from your ancestry. You can use the chosen benefit a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So, Cloud Giant. As a bonus action, you magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Fire's Burn, Fire Giant. When you hit a target with an attack roll and deal damage to it, you can also deal 1d10 fire damage to that target.
Wow, a D10.
It's hefty.
That's not a small amount of damage. Just a D10 on your attacks.
So for from first till third level, it's twice per long rest.
Yeah,
5 times a day when you're higher levels.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's just 1d10, so
it doesn't scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frost Chill, Frost Giant. When you hit a target with an attack roll and deal damage to it, you can also deal 1d6 cold damage to that target and reduce its speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Ooh.
Cool.
Okay. Stone's Endurance. Oh, sorry. Hill's Tumble, Hill Giant. When you hit a large or smaller creature with an attack roll and deal damage to it, you can knock that target prone.
It's neat that there's no saves, there's no checks. It just happens. It just happens.
Yeah. Sit down.
The only thing I would have with this, and this is going to be the same thing as like the Sentinel feat. They did say large or smaller. Never mind. Okay, they did fix it. I was worried they weren't going to specify size. Be like, all right, I knocked down the fucking like Tarrasque.
Yeah, I fucking prone a T-Rex. Imagine fucking proning a T-Rex.
Yeah. Imagine.
I can't even.
Motherfuckers. Stone's Endurance, Stone Giant. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d12. Add your Constitution modifier to the number rolled and reduce the damage by that total.
So that's similar to the existing Goliath
thing.
Yeah.
Storm's Thunder, Storm Giant. When you take damage from a creature within 60 feet of you, you can use your reaction to deal 1d8 thunder damage to that creature.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
It's like a little...
So I'm making a Storm Giant. It's going to be a Storm Cleric, and it's going to be the fucking scariest thing ever.
You know they're going to screw up your Storm Cleric.
I know they're going to screw up my Storm Cleric, and I fucking hate it. Large form. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say these types are really cool. feel like it's a nice little flavor without being a little much. Cloud Jaunt is kind of weird. Specifically, I don't see like cloud giants just disappearing in clouds of smoke, and you being able to do that because you're a giant. But
I would personally flavor them to look and dress like a magician.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's like the cloud giant innately gets Misty Step 3 times per day. So, I mean, that makes sense. They're drawing from somewhere. They didn't at least pull it out of their ass, which
it's true.
Let's face it, it happens more often than not.
I do like the fact that they're going from like the monster multiverse monsters or whatever, and like where they don't have subspecies anymore. It's just like in the species itself, you can customize it.
Yeah.
Large form. Starting at 5th level, you gain the ability to supernaturally grow. As a bonus action, you change your size to large, provided you're in a big enough space. This transformation lasts for 10 minutes or until you end it as a bonus action. During that duration, you have advantage on strength checks, and your speed increases by 10 feet. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
Oh, cool. I'm surprised it didn't add the D4 damage like with the enlarged spell, but yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. I like it.
Powerful build. You have advantage on any saving throw you make to end the grappled condition on yourself. You also count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift.
Okay. So the powerful builds changed a little bit with the advantage thing on grapple.
Yeah, so they like the Goliath is completely changed. It used to have cold damage resistance. It doesn't have that anymore. Used to get a proficiency in athletics.
Didn't it have like some weird thing about high altitude sickness or something that like no one ever used as well?
You naturally acclimate to high altitudes even if you've never been to one.
I think I've seen it used once in like the entire like 10 years that the edition will have like lasted.
I dig this.
Yeah, no, these are all really cool.
Yeah,
I'm already thinking of ways that I would want to use it. I think what I'm going to do, rather than like us like put together like a special playtest of everything until they have a bunch more stuff out, I'm going to take these races and inject them into my campaigns so that you guys will have them as options.
All right.
Especially for Strahd, because you guys die so much. If you want to test one of these out, at least you have the option to.
You can just kill them.
Those are all really cool. So those, I'll argue again. Some things are backwards compatible. These species can be used in the old in the old 5e and mesh just as well. It doesn't fuck with anything. I'll give it that. That's not fully backwards compatible though. There's enough things that aren't.
Yeah, like you can't take. Like you can't play this cleric and use any other subclass because there's only the one listed here.
Yeah, and you can't use that subclass with the old cleric because it just doesn't mesh level wise.
Yeah.
The way that would work, if anything, for compatibility, is that you would have to choose whether you're playing the 2014 version or the 2024 version, and have to stick with that.
Yeah.
That also means for multi-classing, you have to choose one or the other and stick on that path.
Yeah.
So you're either taking all the new options or you're using all the old options without any cross.
I think that's what they mean when they say backwards compatible, even though that's not really like fully compatible. You can shove it in, but it's going to play differently. And it's not compatible with any of the other options.
Yeah.